Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we are jumping into Gina and Tommy. And as we know, Gina got married to Tommy pretty quickly, almost as quick as Jocelyn did with Brant. Right, but we did move them into a massive house because Gina reached the top of the career by some kind of glitch. I don't even know. She had one of those like requests where it's like, do this and you gain fame, or do this and you lose money, or some kind of thing. Anyway, basically, she got a freebie ride to the top of her career, and so we moved her in here with her new wife who had loads of money, and we have been slowly working towards, like, renovating this whole space because, let's face it, a lot of these old Victorian builds that we have from the base game are in dire need of help. So, we did do the initial, like, run through of what I kinda wanted this to look like. Now, we were limited, obviously, because we were running out of money, but we did do a lot. We got a lot of the first floor done, especially with, like, colors and, new windows, a whole new vibe for the inside. We refurbished the kitchen and the dining room. Now we're going in and just adding a little bit of extra stuff, okay? We are, like, adding some life, and we are hoping to now give some life to the outside of the house, okay? And we are going to replace all of these windows, okay? Because I really did debate between leaving the top floor, mm, a medium height because it had that, like, of course, I can't think of the word. Every time I go to do voiceover, I can't think of the word, but yeah, anyway, whatever. It had a piece of thing that can only be, oh my goodness, that's gonna drive me crazy now. Uh, yeah, I can't think of it. Anyway, we're moving on. It had something on there that I wanted to leave, and I needed the medium-sized walls to do it, and guess what? Now I feel like I don't care that much. So we're going in and we are adding some life. Now, this, of course, is a very rectangular build, so yay me. Should I have added some extra pieces to make it more lively? Probably. Here we are anyway. And I initially removed the room up top here, and now I'm going in and putting a new one to add some life. And this is literally, I don't even know if we're going to use this room, but we'll see. For now, we're going to add it just to add some shape, honestly, to the house. And yeah, I mean, to me, this is very rectangular. I probably would have built something like this when I first started out. I don't know why. It gives me like New Orleans vibes with all of these like front balconies, like top and bottom. Obviously, it's not. It was built very Victorian style, okay? But I've also been watching, like rewatching, I should say, NCIS New Orleans. So I don't know, everywhere I see is like New Orleans style stuff. I'm just like choosing and picking which parts of it remind me of it, and that's just how it goes down. We are using these base game happy birthday columns that we got, and to be honest, I'm kind of in love with them. I Yeah, I love them. We are really going to go replace all of this stuff to make it look more modern. Don't mind Stella, she is dropping everything she can because I am indeed busy. If I wasn't busy, she would not be trying to crawl on top of me. So we did all that work, and literally all I did was change the color of the original, fence that was there, but you know what? Whatever. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, or something like that. I mean, I think we're finding, a little bit of a happy medium on the style of the house. Am I really that happy with it? No, but I don't hate it, and so, I think that's okay. And I am gonna add these all around the house. I think that I'm trying to add life where I can, even though I really probably shouldn't. Yeah, I know that technically we removed some value from the house by redoing it like this, but honestly, I don't care. Don't care. That's just how I'm feeling today. And now we are going in to do the tedious task of expanding everything to match these gates that I've added. I'm not entirely sure why we have gates. I mean, the back has some like on both sides to kind of lock it in, but the front only has gates on one side. So what are we locking here? Like, what is the point of that? But to match the aesthetic, we're going to do it anyway. Yeah. So I guess I just kind of want to add some life to this house. I want to finish the interior, at least finish styling it. And I was really hoping that that big room in the back with the balcony could be the master bedroom so that they had the balcony to themselves. And obviously, I'm not able to do that because I can't move the current master bedroom bathroom to have an opening into the hall because the steps are there. So for now, we're just going to leave that and we will think about what our options are after. And here we're going into furnish the master bedroom. And you betcha I am using the sleek bathroom kit because it is probably, guys, every time I use a kit that's beautiful, I say it's my favorite kit. But I do love it. I love this kit. Just so complete. It's such a complete kit. I literally have done the entire bathroom except for the floor. I chose a different floor, but the whole bathroom is the kit. And it's complete. It's beautiful. Except for that picture, it comes from something else. But regardless, okay, it is beautiful and I love it and we're using it. All right. And we are using this as the master bedroom. I don't know if you can tell, but I did switch up the door. So we are going to use the balcony on the top. And we just moved the door. We swapped the door for the window in that other room. Looks like the other rooms that we have are meant to be bedrooms. They are the exact same size, except for that back room that had the door to go out. So I don't know if it was meant as like a secondary living room style thing, but that's not what we're going to be using it for. So we're just going to move all that. I say that. I have no idea what we're going to use it for. This house is immensely massive. And I feel like also because they don't have kids and they don't want kids, don't know what we're going to use all these rooms for. And I don't know if you can tell, but I way overspent, and now we only have 1,100 simoleons, and we know very well that their bills will be outrageously high. So let's just see where that's going to take us. I don't know. I'm hoping that, um, Gina is going to go to work and make a lot of money, and that we won't have the Rebo man come grab our stuff. So, no, we'll have to get creative because, to be honest, I don't really want to sell anything. I mean, this kitchen is pretty nice. It is kind of bland color-wise, but it is pretty nice. So we're just gonna run and check the bills. Ooh, almost 6,400 simoleons? Oh, oh my. Well, it's not wild. She does make enough to cover that amount. I just don't know if she's going to make that much before the bills come due tomorrow. Okay? Like she's gonna have to work twice to make up that amount. 'Cause I think she makes nearly 4,000 simoleons every time she goes to work, but she only works, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days a week, so I don't know. And she is almost done the comedy skill, so she will have completed her aspiration, which is so exciting because it's her entire personality. Her career, her skills, everything is her entire personality, and so, oh my, she only works on Tuesday and then doesn't work again until Friday? Um Maybe we are gonna have to get creative. I'm gonna have to think about that because I don't know. I don't wanna sell anything. Look how beautiful this is looking. Oh, I don't know what to do. Okay, I mentioned this in, like, other gameplays and I do see that some other simmers are having this problem, but, like, their relationship is at 0. They literally just got married, like, last week for them. Like like, last week, literally a week ago for them. 7 sim days ago, they got married, and already they are like, at 0 amour, okay? So, I don't know. I don't know what is happening. Is this a glitch, though, do you think? Maybe? Like, is it a glitch that their romance is going down so quickly or that it's not holding where it should be? I mean, I know there should be decay over time. Absolutely. If you're not, like, paying attention to them or, if you're friends that you haven't really hung out with for a while, absolutely, that relationship should go down, okay, romantically or not. Um, But they literally okay, woohoo almost every night, and this was me just, like, maintaining their relationship, and still, it's not enough. Sometimes if I don't woohoo, like, if I if they woohoo Monday and Wednesday and they don't do it on Tuesday, by Wednesday, it's like it's not even an option anymore for them to do that. It's, like, questionable at this point. I feel like now it needs to be on the laundry list because that's excessive, I feel. Truly is. But yeah, I mean, here we go into Monday. Here, let's have those bills delivered. Just, "Oh, no, we forgot to make sure that she was sleeping. Sorry, girl. Vivi Delgado, what can I do for you?" "Sure. You know me, you do you. Whatever makes you happy, I'm good with." Honestly. You don't need to double check who you can hang out with. We're not doing that here. Oh, yep, here are the bills. Just as anticipated. Look at that crock pot. I can see the smell coming from here. They've never used that crock pot. There's nothing in there. They would need a level 5 handiness to apply this, like, self-cleaning aspect to it, and to be honest, I'm not even sure that would work, which is, like, disturbing to me, but there we are, right? Alright, so we are gonna have Gina work on her performing routines, practicing routines, all that fun stuff, so she is ready to go to work on Tuesday. And, Tommy, we're just gonna have her watch the Home Decorator Network because that is what it's all about for us. That is what it is all about. She can get that handiness up. To be honest, I really always wanted to try to um upgrade the security thing. And yeah, obviously now we need to fix the crock pot. All right. So now I am going in and I'm using an aspect of the RPO. I was having Tommy ask Gina if she thought it would be okay if they carried a baby for another sim, and let me tell you why. In the game, you get paid 8,000 simoleons to do so, so long as you return the child, obviously. Um, so now, of course, Gina was like, no. So I'm gonna swap it. I'm gonna be a little, I'm gonna get really creative. So I've had Gina ask Tommy, and of course, Tommy agreed. So now, of course, Tommy was on a medical birth control, so we now have to have her no longer use the birth control to have to then allow her go be inseminated for another family. But yeah, didn't like Gina's answer. Gina is very negative, I find. So, boohoo for her. They're not keeping the child. I understand you don't want one, but at this time, why not do something super helpful for another sim family and get paid for it because you can't afford your bills? Alex Moyer, you'll do. So yeah, guys, this is the process when you use the RPO mod on how to be a surrogate. So she should take a pregnancy test to see if it worked. Will I be pregnant? So the pregnancy is going to look pretty much the same. Okay. So she is pregnant. Now, there are going to be some aspects like, see, this is a bit weird. This is probably a glitch within its system that she's asking if she wants like a boyish or a girlish child. It's not her child. Okay. It is not going to give them bad moodlets or buffs because it is not their child that she's carrying. So they're not upset about it in that sense. Now, had she have gone and like done it or been inseminated on her own, Gina would naturally be devastated and, all of these other things that we're not gonna get into today. But in this case, they did talk about it, and I mean, the first time it didn't go over so well because Gina's meh meh, but, um, when we had Gina do the talking, Tommy naturally agreed. Is it dirty to play like that? Maybe, but guess what? They can't afford their bills once again. How many times do we have to go through that? I mean, the simplest option here is and yes, I could have Tommy get a career, okay? But to be honest, she is soon going to be an elder, and I think we only just bought her a few more days of adulthood. So I don't think a career is going to solve the biggest issue here because, she's going to be an elder. So we already know what it's like living with an elder in the house and needs go down super fast. And They're generally exhausted most of the time. Most of what they do is exhausting. It's, the whole other whirlwind of emotions, to be honest, and so, doing this surrogacy is good for Tommy as well because it will give her those extra few days without, um, aging up. You have 24 hours to pay your bills before your power is shut off. Yes. Yes, we know. Underachieving. You're fine. Okay, you're fine. We are gonna get a vacuum. Listen to me, okay? Doing the apocalypse challenge and the forever save file every time a sim takes out a vacuum, I could cry of happiness, okay? The day that we are able to unlock and use a vacuum in the apocalypse challenge is a day where I flop off my chair, okay, and I scream of joy. I might even cry. I'm not even sure yet. I might even cry. My goodness. Right, so yeah, now we are just making sure that Gina is ready for her is it come on, no, thank you. Gina is ready for her career, which is happening in 2 hours. Now, obviously, she's at the top of her career. Does she need help? Not really. But yeah, we are gonna make sure that she's ready anyway because there is still opportunity for her to get, um, a raise, which I think happens, like, every time she reaches the top. I don't know if it's, like, a raise every time or maybe she gets a bonus every now and again, but we could always use a raise and or a bonus at this point, because as helpful of this as the surrogacy is going to be in making 8,000 simoleons when we give the child back, obviously, we still need, like, another 3 days before we can get that money because it takes a couple days to make the baby, okay? Yeah, there are so many aspects of RPO that I do love. Now, I've always wanted to do a 100 baby challenge just using insemination and, like, cut out the baby daddies, which would be wild, okay? Then you would really be able to do them back to back, and I wonder if by doing that, you could have your sim actually have all 100 babies on their own. And so, like, you wouldn't have to worry about, um, worrying about which child is gonna take over once the sim is done. But yeah. Also with this, you can actually have elders who are pregnant, and so that I've never had an elder who is pregnant, but it is possible. In this mod, it is also possible for teenagers to be pregnant because that is the reality of the world that we live in. I understand that there is a big divide between our community, between preteens and teens and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. And now there is a puberty system, okay, but at the same time, they are teenagers. So for me, the preteen era does not should not be happening at the same time. I think there needs to be a whole other um level of like a different age level there. There needs to be a separation between child and teenagers, whether or not it's like, 7 days or something. It doesn't have to last long. But I think that the teens have been teens for so long, to me in my head that's what they are, right? So, yeah. Anyway, so in this game teens can be pregnant. I don't want everyone to have a fit here, but it can be possible. But yeah. So that is the reality of how I play. I know it's not for everybody. I'm not saying that it's the right way or the wrong way to play. Everybody has their own ways of playing, and this is mine. So, welcome to my humble setup. And yes, I am selling that slow cooker, okay? Because it's driving me crazy. I have never used it and it's dirty. And this is not the first house that it happens with. And frankly, we could use the money because why not? So, we do have 5,000 simoleons. We are very close to getting our bills paid, but we've already lost power. Hey, welcome to the most boring gameplay that we are about to have with this game. Talk about, I don't even know. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna have them sit down and not do a thing. I mean, what else are we gonna do? What else are we gonna do? The food is gonna go bad. Um, we're just gonna sit here. Oh, let's tell her that we are indeed carrying a baby for another. So that's it. The process is well and truly started. Yes, it is, Gina. Yes, it is. And if we were smart, you would both be doing it. But since you are so against everything, we are not doing that. Okay. So these are the options that we have. We could ask her if she's pregnant. No, I don't think we'll be doing that. I think we know she doesn't want kids at this time. Gina hasn't want kids since she was born. So those are not like I feel like she is not one of the ones that is going to change for. So this angry moodlet that Tommy is having obviously is a part of the pregnancy and to do with her hormones and everything, all the changes that are going through her body. They are not there forever. She is not high maintenance. It is simply the way of life. Gina's gone for a jog. We do still have water, so they can still take a shower. This is kind of what it's like when I lose power at my house. We do have running water. However, everything else, no work. Okay? So this is it. I mean, this is we can have them talk. Let's keep it light. Sure. Sure, let's keep it light. Worry about putting on baby weight. Okay, let's choose that one. Let's see if that's going to give us any moodlets. Not particularly. Wait, no need to worry. That's what it said. Okay. Profess undying love. How sweet. Share some ideas. Devin Rosa, he was the other sim that Gina was going to date at one point. And we saw Tommy and kind of preferred the fit. She was kind of cute, so we chose her instead. Like they are both goofballs and there was other things, but we decided on Tommy. Looking back, I probably should have paid attention to adult, young adult. I know I talked about this last time and we definitely talked about it with, Jocelyn and Brant and how everybody else in the world except for the people within my forever saved file. Okay. So all of our subscriber families and member families, all right, they do not age unless we are playing them. However, everybody else in the entire world surrounding them are aging as we go, which is fine because it really gives us like a turnaround on Sims, which is nice. Um, but obviously not so great when you're trying to, find some romance or anything like that and you're trying to take your time or you don't want to rush into it or you're not really sure that you want to do that, but then you find yourself realizing that, you have till the end of the week. You have till the end of the week to move them in, otherwise they'll probably have expired by next week, It's just 'cause the reality is every time that we go in, like, in between this episode of Gina's and the last, I mean, we've gone through what, 4 or 5 other families because I don't just play, the families that are available to everyone. I also go in and I play the member save file, which also, extra time that we are not seeing here, but yeah, it doesn't take much for the Sims to age surrounding us. And you guys, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's Thursday. Ooh, we have something broken. Luckily, the trash can still works. We still make money if we put stuff in the trash. That is what I am talking about. We're gonna sell those items because honestly, every dollar counts at this point. We are also going to text the baby's future parents to update them. I think that is so sweet. Now, there are also other ways that we can do this. So, we could use the advanced option and when if they were looking for a surrogate for themselves, we could choose someone that we have previously played with to do it. It is an advanced option, obviously. Um, and I have done it before. I have. Still pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. All that happens is when your surrogate is about to give birth, they temporarily move in with your Sims to give birth and then leave the lot after. Okay, they move out almost immediately. It is kind of sweet that they come to the house. It's not just like, "Oh, here's the baby." The sim actually comes and moves in with them to do it, and it only lasts, like, I don't know, a few sim minutes, right? It's no different than any other birth, but it is really well done. When you Here's a fun fact, when you hire a surrogate in the game, it costs 5,000 simoleons. When you are a surrogate, you get paid 8. Where is that extra 3,000 simoleons coming from? It should probably be the opposite, where you're paying 8 and then the surrogate only receives 5, and then there would be, like, fees and whatever else of that 3,000. The logic would be there for that, but there is some definite inflation going on here. When you're only paying 5 and you're receiving 8, I mean, I'm not complaining, we're gonna use that money, obviously. Oh, it's almost Gina's birthday, so she will almost be an adult already, but I guess it's been 4 weeks, so that makes sense. Now, I'm unsure which is going to come first, the baby or the next, like, the next work shift. I'm not sure, like, I don't know, but now we're Thursday, and, like, Gina is actually only working on Friday. I bet you the baby's gonna come first. Baby is going to come before her next work shift. However, we do have 5,000 simoleons. Now, this should set us up to already have the money for next week. We're just gonna have to remember the next time we come in to not overspend, and by we, I mean me, okay? I mean me. Will I have remembered that we have spent every dime on making sure that the living room had a better color swatch happening, or, that the bedroom looks phenomenal or is starting to? Did they need a $4,000 TV in the bedroom that they don't use? Absolutely not. Am I gonna get rid of it? Once again, absolutely not, okay? Oh, look, now they have a close dynamic. Let's see how long it takes for their midway romance to be absolutely 0, because you and I both know it will be by the end of this evening. I mean, listen. So I'm finding it a little bit weird and glitchy right now. It keeps saying that there's, like, early midlife crisis happening. Oh, here comes the baby. Yeah, it keeps saying that there's, like, an early midlife crisis coming, but that's usually something that happens when they age up into an adult and not when they're aging up into an elder. Like, this is supposed to be like a midlife crisis, not an end of life crisis. So, I don't know if that's another glitch or because that we're only seeing her at the end of her adult years, it's happening anyway. Oh, no. No power means no vacuums. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, it's a girl. Okay. Alright, so we are gonna change our last name to Moyer, and we are going to just random the name and throw it out there. Now, here is where it gets fun. We are going to click on the bassinet. She did pee herself. We are gonna go to the RPO, insemination. We could decide to keep this child, but we're not. We are getting those simoleons, and the child is gone. We got the money. It's all beautiful, and now we are gonna go and pay the bills. And let there be light. It is the gift that keeps on giving, isn't it? Alrighty. So that is the end of Thursday and beginning of Friday. We indeed got to pay the bills by the end of the week. Okay, you guys, for those of you who don't understand, I almost had a minor meltdown there when I realized that we cannot use the vacuums without electricity. And I know what you're thinking, Sam, obviously. But as I'm currently doing the apocalypse challenge, I'm recognizing the signs that I will not be able to unlock vacuums as quickly as I thought, which is completely and utterly devastating. I am, like, crawling under my skin at this point in time as I try to recalculate my life. Oh my lord. I am going to have to reevaluate my entire being at this time. My purpose, my being, like, I don't even know. I don't know, but oh my god. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'll be fine. There's a lot going on today that's not really that fine, but we're gonna just pretend like it is. Alright, so we're gonna have them eat, like, "Look, Tommy's telling Gina, like, that wasn't so bad, was it? Look at me, I did all the work, we got the money, and no baby." Okay, there is something in this kitchen that is making her uncomfortable, and I don't know what it is, so I'm going around having her clean everything as possible. This is not the first day that this, like, filthy surroundings is happening, okay, and I don't know what it is, but now, since she's no longer pregnant and she's no longer gonna pee herself for being in the same spot for longer than a minute, we're going around and cleaning. I don't know what this is. A waffle maker? Like, we've never used these items, so I don't know. I don't know. Is it the counter? Am I missing something? Ugh, whatever, we'll find it after. Yes, like, I don't really know what else it is. I'm gonna have to sit on that for a minute. We are back to watching The Home Decorator. I feel like oh, no. Already? Oh, okay. Alright then. Let's watch The Home Decorator. Let's see what you can do with your life now. I mean, she doesn't work, so I feel like she's fine. I mean, she did just do a lot of work, she carried a baby for somebody else, but she doesn't, like, work 24/7. Does not have a career. Although with that kind of income, she could make it a career. Now, of course, it's Friday, the bills have been paid, we've already given birth to pay the bills, like, and now Gina is finally going back to her next shift at work. Yes, thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Stressful work day. No, I bet. Listen, I believe it. I totally, totally believe it. The march of time. And see, I don't know if it's because we missed her original um like timeline for it because we didn't have her. Like this is all happening in age too late. She should have been starting that feeling that at the end of her young adult age and then into her adult years, okay? And so I don't know if it's glitching and because we got her at the end of her adult life that it's giving it to us now. This is not like midlife crisis, this is end of life crisis, okay? Like, I don't know how else to say that. You guys, look at this bedroom. Isn't it so cozy? Sometimes I really floor myself when I make little things like that that are so cute. Here is our midlife crisis as we enter our senior years. Woohoo in risky places. And honey, at this point, everything is like breaking your back. It's very strenuous. I think everything is a risk. Woohooing it all is a risk to you. Okay. Get it together, please. Oh, she's very sad? Why? Who died? Hmm. All right. Well, now that Gina is out of the way, we can then go to the fridge and use it. I am really like, this is another thing that drives me crazy. Why are they not going to sit down to eat? Why is it like, why can I not click on the dining table and click like preferred eating destination? Okay. Prefers to eat at the dining table, or, maybe we can click on the sofas and say prefers to eat as a family in the living room, or prefers to eat at the island, okay? Like, honestly, but just standing there in front of the fridge eating your meal, who does that? Who does that? Like, this is not grabbing a drink from the fridge in the middle of the night when you're parched. Going to leave this world cleaner than it was before. Probably considering we just cleaned the entire kitchen and still didn't figure out what's happening in there. Snowboarding. My. Okay, so she does want to hunt for treasures. So let's go do that. I am moving around this neighborhood and I don't generally play in this neighborhood, so I'm not entirely sure where we're supposed to find things to dig. I don't know where the limits are for it. You guys, this house did not look like that before. This is a part of like the facelift for Willow Creek, and I'm so excited to get a family into there and see what it looks like, but I'm just not we have not had the right family to do so yet because that is a very modern looking home. I have not gone in it. I have not seen what it looks like, but it's giving very modern vibes, very black and white, very like posh style. It is base game, so I highly doubt it's like super posh, but for the sake of it, we are going to pretend like it is. And so I'm waiting for the right family to get into that house. All right, so we did not have that many um things to hunt for, but I think we got like 4 or 5 maybe. That's not too bad for one run through. Gina is off to work once again at the end of a Saturday, and let me tell you, we will not be spending this money. Okay? I need to remember to not spend this money. Okay, has anyone else ever noticed that the computer screen when they go to chat looks like the old MSN style? Like, again, is this something that I am too old for? Like, do you guys remember this or no? Am I crazy? Am I crazy for remembering that? I mean, we're not talking about AOL here, but like MSN, the old school MSN. That is what it looks like, which would have been popular when like The Sims 2 came out, maybe? Sims 2, probably something like that. But yeah, and we are gonna call Alex Moyer. I do think it's really cute when they keep in touch with the parents of the children that they were surrogates for. And I mean, I don't want to start judging, but Charity is looking a bit blue, literally. And Alex Moyer's skin tone is quite like white. So why why is her child blue? Did she have this baby with an alien maybe? I mean, every now and again my game like glitches, and so one of my like if I have twins, sometimes the baby is like it's like black, like a void. Okay, like the baby is not there sometimes, but I think it's just a random generation of like the skin overlays that I have. Oh my god, there's the plate. It was a plate in the side of the What are you even saying? I didn't even know that we could use those as shelves. Did I know that? I don't think I knew that. Oh my goodness, this whole time. Oh, I'm glad we found it. But yeah, all right, so we are, beginning of the day on Sunday, so that's the end of this week. So until next time, see ya.